Let us be clear on one thing. If you are not listening to podcasts as a part of your learning material, you are missing out. They tap into the wisdom of experts and provide insights, anecdotes, and trends in the domain of data science. And in this video, we will delve into top 5 data science podcasts you need to listen right now. Launched in 2014, Dataskeptic is widely recognized as a genuine source on data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and similar topics. The host, Kyle Polich, expertly moves through complex subjects, breaking them into manageable chunks without sacrificing the depth of the content. This is a great option for novice and intermediate level learners who are looking to explore the field of data science and wants to have a solid foundation while delving deeper into advanced concepts. This podcast is available on Spotify, Google or Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Next, Leading with Data by Analytics Vidhya is an exclusive interview podcast series hosted by Kunal Jain, the CEO. In this podcast, he delves into conversation with the top industry leaders and experts from the fields of data science, machine learning, and AI. For beginners, this podcast provides an in-depth understanding of how the data tech industry works with personal stories and anecdotes. And for the professionals in the data tech domain, this podcast keeps them updated with the latest trends in the industry. This podcast is available on YouTube, Spotify, Google and Apple podcast platforms and has a friendly conversational tone that fosters engagement and understanding and can't be missed at all. Linear Digression is one of the most creative podcasts where the host explores machine learning and data science through interesting and often very unusual applications. Hosted by Ben Jaff and Katie Malone, this podcast dives into machine learning algorithms, demystifying their functionality and significance in the data science realm. This podcast is a goldmine for aspiring data scientists who are looking to broaden their knowledge or an analyst looking to improve their skill set. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and their very own website. Hosted by Dr. John Krohn, the Super Data Science podcast covers the latest machine learning, AI, and data career topics from across both academia as well as industry. From tools, techniques, and implementation tricks to software engineering, real world applications, commercialization, and entrepreneurship, this podcast has everything you need to crush it with data science. This is a great listen for someone who is starting a data career, also someone who is a deep technical expert who wants to understand what AI is, would like to integrate more data-driven processes into their business can also listen to this podcast. Available on their website and YouTube. This is a podcast you guys can't miss. DataFramed, co-hosted by Adel Nehem and Richie Cotton, is a weekly podcast. Here we see how technology and data are changing the world around us. Various data leaders and practitioners at the forefront of the data revolution are invited and they share their insights and experiences into how they are leading the charge in this era of data. This is a gem of a podcast where a beginner data enthusiast as well as a practitioner can learn something new about the data science world from trends to tools. You may tune to Google Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify or Apple Podcasts to listen to DataFramed. That's all for today guys. Links to all the podcasts are given in the description below. Additionally, you may check these podcasts as well. These are also great resource. If you have missed any podcast, let us know in the comment section and do not forget to subscribe for more such data tech content. Goodbye and happy learning.